All right, everyone. Very good afternoon to all our viewers who are attending Harsh's second live streaming session. So let me know in the comment box how has your day been going? How have you been advancing throughout the day? And let me wish all our viewers who had celebrated Christmas yesterday. I hope you all had a great and a fabulous evening, right? I hope that you have been able to spend quality and good time with your friends and families and your children. So, how many of you are excited for today's second live streaming session? If you are excited, let me know in the comment section below. And sorry, but everyone, I hope everyone is aware that my voice is a little subdued because of the viral going on. So please excuse me today if I will be coughing a lot because I am having viral. But nonetheless, I will be definitely making sure to provide you with as much of value in terms of content as possible. So how many of you are ready, eager, and happy and excited for today's live streaming session? Do let me know your answers, because the purpose of a live streaming sessions is first and foremost for you to look for us to provide you with money making strategies, but second, it is also for us to have an interaction with our community members so that we can have a conversation where you can ask me your doubts, your queries, and as we progress, sorry, as we progress through the live stream session, we will be analyzing how the markets are performing, how the markets have performed, and what could be the expectations till the market closes at 3:30 p.m. So, are you ready for today's live streaming session? If yes, put a thumbs up or say okay or say yes in the chat box below. So let us officially start today's second live streaming session by a quick introduction about myself. My name is Harsh. I have 8 years of trading experience in the financial markets. I have been trading in forex markets, in commodity markets like oil, gold, silver, as well as in the US based indices. We have like the Nasdaq 100, the S&P 500, and the Dow Jones 30. I am more of a technical trader. I specialize in technical analysis, correct? So that includes supply demand, price action, order flow analysis, swing analysis, wave analysis, and Fibonacci retracement analysis. Now, when it comes to the field of technical analysis, the field is so vast and exclusive, correct? But the categories that I've mentioned will be the ones that we would be focusing on. I am blessed to be trained and to be mentored by people who used to work as flow traders on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, right? It comes in USA under the guidance and under their their experience that they have been able to provide me has been tremendous, and I'm truly grateful for all of my mentors. I have also been successful in handling $25 million worth of portfolio, and on top of that, I've also been successful in generating 30 to 35% profitability on an annual basis. Now, the reason for me to share all this information with you is so that you can be rest assured that when Harsh provides you with information, it's coming from someone who has the knowledge, the experience, and the expertise when it comes to the financial markets. So let me ask everyone once more, how many of you are excited for today's live stream sessions, and how many of you are eager to learn as well, right? We always make sure Harsha Dolphin Markets will be always making sure to provide with you with high value content, correct? Content in terms of market analysis, in terms of hot stock recommendations, money making strategies, as well as in terms of education. So when you're getting a trifactor of such high value content, isn't it in your best interest to be a part of Dolphin Markets and to subscribe to Harsh's live stream sessions? If yes, let me know your comments in the chat box below. All right, so everyone who is attending these live stream sessions must be wondering what is the real objective for holding these live stream sessions, correct? So the objective of holding these live stream sessions is for Harsh at Dolphin Markets to provide you first and foremost with money making opportunities, correct? How many of you want to make money in the financial markets? If you want to make money in the markets, let me know in the comment section below. And we have been diligently providing you, based on the last 3 months, we have been diligently providing you with hot stock recommendations, correct? How many of you have been taking the hot stock recommendations that Harsh has been providing you? If yes, let me know that also in the comment box below. So based on the data that we have meticulously recorded and analyzed and improvised and updated based on the market conditions, we have been sitting at a cumulative profitability of 237%. How many of you would love to make these kind of returns on your own trading accounts? If yes, you have to let me know in the comment box below. Now, based on the last 3 months, we have been providing you with not one, not two, or not three, but 38 trades had been provided just in the last 3 months. And we have been able to make a very fabulous return. Now, based on the current month itself, because we might be having a lot of questions, right? How many of you would be thinking that, okay, Harsh, the numbers are good, the profitability is good, but what is the latest data, right? So many people who are interested in knowing what is the latest advancement in terms of profitability. So just based in the month of December, we are sitting at a cumulative profitability of 41%, right? How many of you are able to generate such kind of returns on a monthly basis? If you have been able to make returns as of this caliber, very well done. But for those of you who are not being able to get close to these kind of returns, how many of you would love to make similar returns on your accounts? If yes, let me know in the chat box below. Now, as of last week, we have been sitting at a cumulative profitability of 10% just based on last week, correct? So even a percent of 10, a cumulative profitability of 10% on two trades is also good, right? So if you are able to make an average of 10% per week, that accumulates to approximately 40%, correct? Because there are 4 weeks in 1 month and we have been doing phenomenal. So those of you who would love to make these kind of returns, it is the time to get onboarded onto Dolphin Markets and to subscribe to Harsh's live stream sessions. I will always make sure to provide you with money making strategies that can make you rich. All right. We do have trades that have been taken and that have been closed, right? Because we believe in transparency. So we do let you know that the trades that have made money, but there are few trades that are apparently going against us, right? Now, all of you have to understand that the market is based on probabilities, correct? And the market is not based on certainties. So any one of you who can let me know what is the difference between probability and what is the difference between certainty? If you have the answers, let me know in the comment section below. So probabilities are what is the probabilistic nature of an outcome in the future, correct? But when it comes to certainty, we already know what is expected to come in the future. So many people get confused between probability and certainty. So all of you who are attending my live stream sessions, by now you should be clear that the market is based on certainties, correct? The market is not based on the market is based on probabilities, the market is not based on certainties. So though we have been able to provide you with such fabulous returns just in a matter of 3 months, we also want to highlight that there are certain trades that are currently in running, correct? That are currently running in the market. Now, based on the trades that are running in the market, it could be because of various reasons that are out of our control, right? Especially when it comes to macroeconomical factors. We will be looking into detail later as well, but certain macroeconomical factors such as FII, correct? The financial institutional investors who are pulling out funds from the economy, or because of geopolitical uncertainty. So various factors that are beyond our control are also at play, correct? Because the market is, you know, of a very the market is of a varied number of participants, correct? Whether it is banks, institutions, hedge funds, retail investors, listed companies, the list goes on and on. But since there are so many market participants, we have been still um, we are still able to provide with much greater returns than any of the other brokers or competitors out there. How many of you have come across any other company who has been willing to provide you with real time analysis and real time hot stock recommendations, right? If you are aware of any such company, let me know the names. And if you are not aware of any such company, let me know that as well. We are proud to say that we are the only one who is able to provide you with such high value content, not just in terms of our account services, but in terms of value that we can provide to our clients that can generate them wealth in terms of profits. So, how many of you would love to generate profits and increase your wealth? If yes, let me know your answers in the comment box. So we have been providing you with very high quality content, and since the quality is very high, top notch, we just want to make sure that everyone who is attending our live streaming sessions, we have kept the doors open for anyone and everyone, correct? Because we are creating awareness amongst the Indian demographic that it is possible to make money in the markets, and it is possible to make money consistently. But since the value is so exclusive, we want to make sure that we are providing our elite services to our elite group who will be called as the VIP clients or customers. So, how many of you understand by what is a VIP client or a VIP customer? If yes, let me know in the comment box below. So VIP clients are those clients who are willing to be a part of Dolphin Markets, who are willing to subscribe to Harsh's live stream sessions, who are willing to take trades on their own accounts when we are providing them with hot stock recommendations, and who are willing to make profits. How many of you are willing to make profits? If yes, let me know in the comment box below. How many of you want to become VIP clients? If yes, let me know that in the comment section as well. Since the value is of high, top notch quality, we just want to create awareness by providing our services and our credibility when it comes to performance in the Indian stock market. And we have been doing commendable, correct, fabulous returns. But please be aware, moving forward, next month onwards, we would be shifting from the public live streaming sessions to the private live streaming sessions. So do not miss the opportunity to get onboarded, to subscribe to the services, and so that we can keep providing you with more content, more hot stock recommendations that can make you more money. How many of you would want to make more money? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. So there are two requisites for people who would be attending the live stream sessions, and the two requisites are: requisite number one, make sure that you are attentive for all my live stream sessions, because whenever a hot stock will be provided by me to you, I will definitely make sure to provide to you at the earliest. But you have to be present in the live stream sessions to accept the knowledge, correct? So, rule number one, or the prerequisite number one, is be attentive for all my sessions. And prerequisite number two, or rule number two, is keep your trading account open. Remember, we are not affiliated with any of the brokers, Indian brokerage providers out there. So you have to make sure that you are doing your due diligence and you're opening a demat account or a trading account with any of the reputed brokers. And we are providing you with recommendations that have been proved to work significantly well based on the last 3 months, right? It's a very detailed and systematic recorded information of trades that have been provided to our community members based on a real time basis. So please make sure that the two requisites, being consistent in attending the live stream sessions and making sure to take trades on your own account the moment a hot stock has been provided, right? Whenever a hot stock will be provided, all the required parameters will be provided to you, correct? Whether it is in terms of name of the stock, the entry parameter, the 5% target, or the position size. So all the necessary parameters, requisites will be provided to you. For those of you who are asking about position number one in terms of target, right? First target or first position target and second position target, we do provide you with additional targets, but we have understood over the last 3 months, based on our detailed analysis and our experience with the Indian stock market, that the 5% profit target is just the right set of profit target to achieve profitability on a consistent basis, correct? How many of you are understanding what I've just said right now? Based on the number of trades that we have been provided all the way from 18th of September, you can clearly see that the average profitability comes to 5%, and we have been doing quite phenomenal, right? We will be looking at certain trade stocks that we have provided you with entries, and I will also show you how it is possible for the markets to just approach the 5% profitability target area and reverse, right? So how many of you are willing to know, how many of you are willing to know how is the market running and what is the requisite, right? So let me just show you an example which we had provided you with a hot stock on IP rings. So how many people have taken trades on IP rings? If yes, let me know. So for those of you who have understood why do we focus on the 5% target, can anyone, before I answer the question, can any one of you let me know why we focus on the 5% profitability target? If you know the answer, let me know in the comment box below. So you have to understand, whenever we provide you with the 5% profitability target is because we have analyzed the markets again and again, that it is easier and consistently achievable to attain 5% profitability, right? Now, how many of you would like to take few trades and expect to make more, or how many of you would want to take more number of trades and make more number of consistent profits? Let me know your answers in the comment section below. So for those of you who are saying they want to take consistent trades and consistent profitability, this is why the 5% is important, right? I have been showing it to you and I've shown it before as well, that whenever the price reaches the 5% profitability target, there is always a tendency for prices to reverse. That is why we are trying to provide our community members with money making opportunities, correct? Now, how many of you want to be right in the financial markets? And how many of you want to make money in the financial markets? All right, let me state the question again. How many of you want to how many of you want to be right in the financial markets, and how many of you want to make money in the financial markets? Let me know your answers in the comment box below. So many people are saying we want to be right, we want to make money, and we want to be right. You have to understand that rather than being right, it is about making money. Rather than being right about what the market might do, it is better that you make money. How many of you agree with what I am saying? Do you want to be right or do you want to make money? I am pretty sure every one of you out here who are attending my live stream sessions are coming with the focus, with the objective of making money. So stick to the 5% profit target levels and you will do very well. All right. So we have been proving it time and time again that it is possible to make money in the financial markets, and it is possible to generate returns or to generate profitability on a consistent basis as well. So I'm sure with all the information that I've been provided to our community members, everyone is very clear with what is the ultimate objective when it comes to the stock market. All right. Now coming back to the charts, everyone should be aware by now that we have our watch list. So there are certain trades that are currently running, and we will be analyzing those trades. And at the same time, if you have any questions or any particular inquiries or doubts, you can always let me know in the chat box below, and I will do my best in terms of answering and rectifying your issues. All right. Does that sound good? If it sounds good, let me know your reactions in the chat box as well. So before we move on to the market, I just want to be clear in terms of showing people how has been the market as of today, right? So for those of you who are not aware, the market as of today has been on a neutral sentiment, right? The markets have been moving in a sideways direction. Let me just show it to you on a 1 hour chart. So the entire movement as of today has been more or less very sideways, where volumes have decreased. All right, people, I'm sure by now you should be aware that as we are approaching the end of the year, there is going to be a decrease in liquidity. Does any one of you know why there is going to be a decrease in liquidity? If you know the answer, let me know in the chat box below. So there is going to be a decrease in liquidity because of lack of liquidity, correct? So decrease in liquidity is taking place because of lack of liquidity. And why is there a lack of liquidity? Because the big funds, the institutions, the fund managers, the money managers, the the hedge funds or any asset managers out there who have significant capital to trade, all of them or majority of them have taken a break. The general time for them to take a vacation is always going to be between mid of December and mid of January. So during this time frame, there is going to be a drop in liquidity. All right, it is common across the globe, whether you're going to be talking about the US industry, the US markets, the European markets, the British markets, the Aussie markets, or the Indian markets. All the liquidity of the global markets generally declines in the end of December and the starting of Jan. So I hope everyone is being aware. The markets are more or less having a sideways sentiment. Let us quickly have a look in terms of from news and sentiment in terms of what has been the current market sentiment as of today, as of now. All right. So let me just open two web pages for you. With the weather changing and with most of the people having viral, everyone gets a viral, correct? But there is nothing to fear. Like I said to all my viewers and to all my clients, when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear, right? So no matter, even if I'm not well, I will be making sure to provide my viewers and my community members with the most important and useful information. If you do like my effort and if you do love my dedication towards providing content to our community members, let me know your reactions in the comment box as well. So as of today, let us just have a quick glance in terms of what has been the overall sentiment. So based on 240, right? Currently it is 2:43. As of 2:40 p.m. Indian Standard Time, we can be very well aware that the benchmark indices, whether it is Sensex or Nifty, have been slightly on a neutral to a slightly bearish sentiment, right? So some of the losses that have been driving the indices towards the bearish sentiment has been because of heavyweights such as Tata Consultancy Services, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank. So majority of the companies more or less have been either neutral or bearish. Let me use the other research website that we are commonly using. And even on this, you can currently see that based on 2:40 p.m. England Standard Time, the Sensex has been down by 2.14 points, right? So the Sensex is currently sitting at 78,470, while the Nifty has been slightly higher by 12.05 points or 0.05%. Remember, the changes are negligible, right? Almost close to zero, or let me call it as negligible. So yes, there might be slight bullish or bearish sentiment, but the overall context since today's market open as of now, with 45 minutes remaining for the Indian markets to close, for the Indian stock market to close, the Nifty has been just at a slight appreciation of 0.05%. So based on the Nifty, there are 29 stocks out of 50 which are trading higher. So the remaining 21 stocks are currently underperforming and 29 stocks are overperforming, led by Maruti Suzuki. So the auto sector has been doing quite well. We got Maruti Suzuki, Mahindra and Mahindra, we got Adani Ports, SBI Life, SEZ, Coal India, right? And losses have been capped by Asian Paints, followed by Grasim, Tata, TCS, Axis Bank, and Jindal Steel. Now, overall, you have to be aware that the markets are more or less on a neutral sentiment. The important news events have been out currently because of lack of international factors or domestic economical factors. The markets have been quite slow. More in terms of our indices, let us quickly have what is the overall context of the indices as of now. In terms of the overall indices, the markets are more or less slightly appreciating, right? Let me open and show you all the indices. So with the India VIX again appreciating, the India VIX, any one of you aware what VIX stands for? If you know the answer, let me know in the comment section below. So VIX stands for volatility index. It determines the risk factor in the market. So when the volatility index is rising, that shows skepticism or pessimism in the markets, or also called as uncertainty. All right. So the auto sector is doing well, the pharma, the PSE, the consumption. But if you look at the Nifty 50, next 50 is doing quite well. But if you're looking at the IT sector or the MNC, multinational corporations, mid-cap bank, and all the other companies that are on your screen, they are more or less performing at a declining rate based on their previous day's performance. So everyone, the markets are more or less neutral. But for those of you who have recently joined, you have to be aware that one is looking at the indices in terms of evaluating what is the performance as of today. But we also have to be aware of the market sentiment. How many of you are aware of what a market sentiment is? If you know the answer, please let me know in the comment section below. So based on the market sentiment, you can see that in terms of people or investors having a bullish sentiment, it's only 16. 37% of the investors are having a neutral bias, and 47, the majority of the investors are having a bearish sentiment. So looking at the Nifty 50, which is the blue chip index of India's economy, we are looking at a bearish bias. Even in terms of FII and DII, overall there has still been an outflow in terms of capital flowing outside of the Indian economy. Why? Because the FII, I'm sure everyone by now is aware of what FII is. If any one of you know the full form of FII, let me know in the comment section below. So in terms of FI, you can clearly see that there has been net outflow of funds from the Indian economy into global economies, right? Economies of other countries. So even in terms of the latest 4 consecutive days, the previous 4 consecutive days, since yesterday was a holiday, the stock market had been closed. So we would be looking at 24th, 23rd, 20th, and 19th. Based on the data that is shown on your screen, you can see that even on 24th data, though the numbers of the FII were at a slight deficit, right? So the FIIs had pulled out approximately 2,454 crores from the Indian economy, while the DII, or the domestic institutional investors, had added liquidity into the market based on the value of 2819 crores. So even though we were sitting at a net positive value based on the FII and DII data, the Nifty still had shown a bearish sentiment with a deficit of negative 0.11%. So even when the the net has been positive, right? The net value of FII, DII data has been at a positive value of 365 crores. We are still seeing a decline in the market. So coming back to the charts, you can clearly see that the markets are more or less on a sideways trajectory. All right, now coming to the stocks that we have been providing. I'm sure most of you have been following our hot stock recommendations. How many, sorry, how many of you have been taking our hot stock recommendations? How many of you have been taking action when it comes to taking the trades on your platform? If you have been doing it, let me know in the comment section below. So we had talked about in terms of KRITI. Remember, these the stocks that you are, one second, the stocks that you are currently looking at your screen on the right side, which is the watch list, or the trades that we had been provided. We are very transparent and clear. We let you know which trades are achieving target. We also let you know which trades we had provided in the past, and which, whatever the reason it could be, whether it is microeconomical factors or macroeconomical factors, we will always update our viewers in terms of what is the best next step of action, correct? Because we believe in probabilities, we do not believe in certainties. Though we do our due diligence and we make sure to provide you with high probability trades, and we have been quite phenomenal in that, but there are times when the markets are correcting. We had informed you in terms of the macroeconomical data, correct? Whether it is the FII, DII data, or even because of uncertainties in the economies, because of global global warfares that are going on. Even though the markets are correcting, we try to look for recommendations that we can provide to our clients so that they can be making money. And if they are making money, who is going to be the most happiest? It's going to be me, right? Who's providing you with the information. So make sure to keep taking our trades. And for all of those who have been taking our trades, very good job. I'm sure that you are making good amount of profits in your accounts as well. So when we are going to be looking at KRITI, based on today's hot stock recommendation that you can see, we had mentioned that KRITI has been sitting at an important key support area, right? A key support area around the 158 price level. How many of you have trades running on KRITI? If you have trades running on KRITI, let me know in the comment section below. So based on KRITI, as you can see, we had provided you with an entry between 170 and 174 because we were quite optimistic in terms of this particular trade. Now looking at it from a technical perspective, I'm sure everyone is aware that the markets are sitting in a very important key support structure. How many of you agree with that? If yes, let me know in the chat box as well. So based on the current market sentiment, though the markets have been correcting, right, all the way from October, the markets have been more or less on a bearish sentiment, but the markets have started to slow down the intensity of selling, right? Even though the FIIs or the DIIs are, sorry, even though the FIIs are projecting, outflow of funds from the Indian economy, it doesn't always translate to the performance on each and every individual stock as well. Based on the market movements that are currently taking place and being at a very crucial key support area, we are quite sure that the market should start to appreciate in value. We had talked about in terms of the indicator which we will be using quite extensively, and that is RSI. Whenever we do mark the RSI values, and if the RSI values are coinciding with the undervalued and overvalued territories or trajectories, which include the 30 level the 30 level line and the 70 level line. Whenever the prices are either at the overvalued phase or the undervalued phase, there is generally an indication that the markets should eventually reverse in direction. How many of you are understanding this particular point or concept? If you're understanding, let me know in the comment section below. So based on this, we can clearly see that if in the past the prices have reacted perfectly, right? Whenever the prices have been undervalued, as you can see on the screen, whenever the RSI has been in the undervalued territory, there has always been an appreciation of price. As of now, the RSI is very close to the undervalued territory, and we would be expecting for the markets to rise in value as well. Looking at the next hot stock, we would be looking at Annapurna. I'm pretty sure every one of you who have taken trades on Annapurna have done phenomenally well. We had provided you with 4 or 5 hot stock recommendations, right? How many of you had taken trades on Annapurna? If you had, let me know in the comment section below. So even based on the trades that we had provided, which was on Annapurna, let me show it to you. We had provided you with, you know, one second. So we had provided you with 4 entries, correct? And they have been doing quite phenomenally well. So just based on Annapurna as well, we have been able to do and make profits even though the market conditions are correcting. So whether the markets are bullish, whether the markets are bearish, that is not of prime concern. The prime concern always resides in, are you being able to make money, whether the markets are going up or down, whether the markets have bullish sentiment or bearish sentiment. At the end, are you making money? That is the main focus, and that is what we should be focusing on. How many people are understanding? If yes, do let me know in the comment section below. So coming back to the charts, let us quickly have a look for this particular hot stock. As of now, for those of you who are asking if there are any hot stock recommendations, remember the markets, as and how the markets are coming to an end for the day, it becomes tricky in terms of providing you with hot stock recommendations. Generally, when the markets are coming closer to an end, we provide you with closing trades so that we can make profits. Adding a trade when the markets are coming to an end is not the right outlook when it comes to providing you with hot stock recommendations, because at the end we want our clients to be making money. But nonetheless, everyone is aware, since the market is slowing down, since the liquidity in the markets is drying up or declining, so we will be just analyzing our previous stocks that are currently running in the markets. So I hope everyone is understanding. So if we do come across a hot stock, I will definitely make sure to inform our community members. But if you are not having a hot stock, we will be focusing on looking at what our watch list has been doing already. Does that sound good? All right, good. So let me know, everyone, how many of you have taken trades on IP rings? If you have taken trades on IP rings, let me know in the comment section below. Now, even on IP rings, we had provided you with 2 hot stock recommendations, sorry, 3 hot stock recommendations, out of which 2 have already been profitable at 10%, right? 2 trades making 5% profitability each, resulting in a cumulative profitability of 10%. So for those of you who had the first trade running, you should be well aware by now that we had already reached break even, so that you could close all your positions and come out at break even or slightly positive, right? So you would be making little less money or less profits, but you would not be losing money. We are here to adapt to the ever changing market conditions. We do not believe in being right, we believe in making money. So, for those who had taken all the 3 trades, we had informed our viewers, our community members, that it is time to close all the trades, right? Now, I hope people have taken the decision and have closed the trades. Remember, I cannot do the closure and entry for your account, right? I can only provide you with the recommendations that have the immense potential to make you profitability. It is up to you that you listen to our recommendations, that you take action on our recommendations and see the magic unfold, right? When it comes to making profits. If you are understanding what I'm saying, let me know in the comment section below, all right? Coming on to Poonawalla, I'm sure everyone by now has been clearly aware of what is happening right now in Poonawalla. My colleague, Mr. Raditya, had given a very detailed analysis based on fundamentals, why Poonawalla has been declining. I had also informed you that the prices are very much into an area which is called as demand zone, right? How many of you are aware of the terminology which is called as demand zone? If you know the answer, let me know in the chat box. We try to connect as many factors as possible that are giving us a confluence. Anyone who can let me know what you mean by confluence? So confluence basically means the more number of favorable factors that are aligning with our outlook, the higher the probability for the markets to go in that particular direction. Does that sound good? If you did understand, let me know in the comment section below. So even based on Poonawalla, we had shown to you that if you utilize the power, if you're able to harness the power of the RSI along with price action, along with technicals, and along with fundamental analysis, you should be very well profitable. All right, and that is what is our objective. Just based on the movement of price, based on the last couple of months, you could see that whenever the prices are approaching the undervalued segment, right, the 30 price level line or below, there is tendency for prices to shoot up, right? And so that is exactly what we would be looking forward as and how the days are progressing. As of now, the markets have been declining at a 0.52%, right? More or less, there has been slightly bearish sentiment, and the markets are being more or less neutral with sideways movement. I hope everyone is understanding. If you have any doubts, if you have any queries, please do not hesitate to let me know. All right. So looking at Poonawalla also, even though there was based on their quarterly two earning reports where they had showcased that a net loss of 471 crores approximately, even though with such a strong correction in the markets, there has been an optimism in the markets as well. So as of now, you can see that the prices are more or less sideways and then started to correct, coming into a very important key area called as demand zone. Demand zones are nothing but advanced support level structures that showcase where is the probability of unfilled orders, right? Now that becomes very complicated and it's a um, complex concept, and we will be definitely talking more about it in the upcoming live stream sessions. So always make sure to stay tuned for all the live stream sessions, because that is where you can earn and learn at the same time, right? How many of you want to earn and learn at the same time? If you do want to earn and learn, let me know in the comment section below. So with the prices coming with the prices coming to a very important demand zone structure, and with the RSI that I've shown you, we are expecting the prices to appreciate in value, right? It is only a matter of time before we should be seeing strength in the economy coming in towards the upward direction. Do you understand? If you have any doubts, or if you have any queries, or if you were not able to understand a particular concept, please let me know. All right. Now coming to the next hot stock that is currently running. Even as of today, the markets have been bearish with the overall sentiment, with the overall change in index being at a negative 0.63%, right? So more or less the prices which had been bearish, and we had informed our viewers again and again that just because we do provide you with hot stock recommendations, we do our due diligence. We put in the energy, effort, and the research that is required to provide you with high probability trades. But when there are macroeconomic factors that are beyond our control, the market tends to factor in lately. And when it does factor in the causes or the factors lately, the reaction is also implosive. Nonetheless, since the markets had been correcting quite significantly, the markets are more or less in a sideways trajectory. We had talked in terms of seasonality and how the markets are approaching or reacting. Looking at the RSI as well, whenever the markets have returned to areas where the markets have come to the undervalued category, right? Undervalued territory, whether it is the 30, there is always seen an increase in prices. All right. I hope people are understanding. Right now, you can see that the RSI parameters are more or less approaching the undervalued territory. So we would be looking for prices to appreciate in the coming days, in the coming weeks as well. It's not about being right in the market, it's about making money. So if you have trades running on this particular stock, let me know how many of you have trades that are currently running on Hind oil. If yes, let me know in the comment section below. All right, and we will keep an eye on this. If any updates have to be provided, you do not have to worry, I will definitely make sure to let you know. Now, in terms of Gildave Plastic, how many of you had taken trades on Gildave Plastic? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. So coming to Gildave Plastic, I'm sure everyone who have taken trades, we have been doing very phenomenal with 37% cumulatively that has been generated. So even with a single trade that has been going, against us due to unfortunate reasons, we are still able to profit significantly, right? That is why I am emphasizing and I'm urging everyone to be a part of our live stream sessions, because we show you how to make money even when the economy is being bearish, right? I had shown it to you at the start of our live stream session how the overall sentiment in the market is still bearish, with around 45 to 48% of investors still having a bearish sentiment, as well as the FIIs, though they have reduced the intensity of selling, but the overall sentiment in terms of the index is still being bearish. Even though the markets are being bearish, we are still being able to provide you with quality trades that can make you money. So based on Gildave Plastic, for those of you who have followed Harsh's instructions and who have taken additional trades to reduce your or to lower down your average price, I am sure even for this trade, you should be making money. When all the four trades had been, or how many trades had been provided, let me quickly check. So five trades have been provided, out of which four trades have made money. So with one trade going against, even though if you would not be making 28%, but you would definitely be net positive and above break even. So we have been informing and we have been urging our clients in terms of closing trades when it is required. If you are letting the trades run even after we are urging you to close, please do not come back to us, because we very well make sure to let you know, and we keep reminding our viewers, whether it is me or whether it is my team of assistants, we will always notify you when the prices are coming closer to targets. And if you have more trades running or multiple trades running in the same stock, we also advise you and recommend you to close positions whenever the prices crosses break even, so that you don't make money, you don't make much profits, but you don't lose also. Remember, we are not here for providing just one trade or two trades. We are here to provide you with consistent trading opportunities, correct? How many of you are agreeing with me? It's not about a single trade or a couple of trades, it is about multiple trades that are being provided on a consistent regular basis. So we want to be making consistently overall, not just based on one stock or two stocks, because the markets are based on probabilities, the markets are not based on certainties. In terms of RBL Bank, we had made sure for those of you who still have trades running on this particular hot stock, we had provided you with additional entries as well, correct? So in terms of RBL Bank, let me just showcase it to you. RBL Bank, we had provided you with two hot stock recommendations, one of which has already made you 10%. Looking at the two entry parameters that we have provided to you and comparing it to the charts, you can clearly see that even though the prices had entered into a very important key resistance area, we had informed our clients that it is better to close both the trades so that you can exit at net positive. How many of you are understanding? If you're understanding, let me know in the comment section below. Net positive is what we have been telling our clients. Make sure it's not about making money just on one trade or two trades. It is how consistently you can generate profits. That is going to be our objective. So how many of you want to generate profits consistently? Let me know in the comment section below. All right. So even though the trades had entered into a very strong key resistance area, we had crossed the average price. Remember, whenever additional hot stocks are being provided, as we keep adding trades, we reduce the average price, right? So even for this particular trade, you can see the average prices had been reduced, and based on the charts, let me just showcase you where the average price would be. Again, it's an average, approximate average price, right? The average or the approximate price is the orange dotted line. So the average price of two trades has been this particular level, correct? The orange color line. And we had been net positive, right? So you would be making money provided you had taken trades on both. If you had taken trades on both the hot stock recommendations. For those of you who have only taken trades on entry number two, I am sure you would have made good profits, right? How much of profits have you made on this trade based on RBL Bank? Let me know your answers in the comment section below. We were able to generate 10% just on one trade. So I'm sure even if you had two trades running, you should have made approximately between 2 to 5%. How many of you had taken both the trades and how many of you had closed both the trades? Let me know the net positive that you had made on these trades as well. So let me reiterate and let me stress that whenever a hot stock is being provided, and if we are providing you with additional hot stock recommendations on the same stock, right? In this case, for example, RBL Bank, make sure to take the additional trades. If you are coming to me and telling that, Harsh, I took the RBL hot stock trade recommendation that was provided on 14 at 200 205, but I have not taken the second hot stock recommendations, how will you be able to make money, right? It will not be possible. You will have to waste a lot of time because the markets range, right? For those of you who are aware, let me provide you with a very important piece of information, right? And that is, let me type it out for you so that you are aware about it. The markets range 80 to 85% of the time. And the markets trend 15 to 20% of the time. How many of you are understanding this? If you are understanding, let me know in the chat box below. If you look at the overall market conditions, majority of the movement will always be sideways. All right. Yes, there are going to be times when the markets will start to correct, but majority of the time there is going to be more of a sideways momentum. Anyone can answer me why there is going to be a sideways momentum? The markets are going to be having a sideways momentum because of the concept of accumulation. How many of you are aware of the terminology accumulation? If you're aware of the concept of accumulation, let me know in the chat box below. So accumulation refers to the state of market when the prices are going sideways, because when the markets are going sideways, the orders are being accumulated. For those of you who do not understand the basics of the financial markets, like any other markets, are based on a buyer and a seller. Correct? If you had to go to the fruit market to buy oranges, you need to go to the vendor who is providing you oranges. You need to ask the person what is the price of oranges, what is the price per kilo, or what is the price per dozen. You will get the value, you will have a bargaining taking place, you both will decide on a particular price. And once the transaction takes place, whether it is in terms of money, you will get the product, that is oranges. So similarly, when it comes to the financial markets are based on buyers and sellers. So when there needs to be a buyer and a seller for a trade to take place. So when the markets are going sideways, that is that is an indication that the markets are collecting orders or accumulating orders, right? So accumulating is nothing but collection of orders. Once they have collected good amount of orders, that is the time when the markets start to shoot in a particular direction. Let me show you an example in the past as well. There was an accumulation phase in the past as well. Once there has been a strong amount of accumulation, that is the time when there is a movement of price in a direction, and that is called as distribution, right? Let me just type that as well. So there are two concepts that I have been teaching you today. That is accumulation and distribution. When the markets are going sideways, that is the time when the orders are being accumulated. When the markets are going in a particular direction, that is when the orders are being distributed. Because only when the orders are being distributed, the market tends to rally or fall in a particular direction. How many of you are understanding this particular concept? If yes, let me know in the chat box below. I'm sure the information that I'm providing, some of you might be aware, but a majority of you might not be aware. How many of you have little bit of experience when it comes to the markets, and how many of you have medium level of experience in the markets, and how many of you have advanced level, or how many years have you been in the markets? Let me know your comments in the chat box. I would love to know how many of us are either amateurs or professionals, right, in terms of experience. But coming back to this particular chart, I had shown it to you with the power of RSI, price action, technicals, and fundamentals. We can very well get a clearer understanding in terms of what the markets are going to do. So, with the markets currently being undervalued based on the RSI tool, we can currently see that the markets have already started to appreciate in value. It is just a matter of time when the markets will start to appreciate in value. But let me remind everyone, for those of you who have taken the trades on this particular hot stock, we had provided you with two hot stock recommendations, and you should have been making money net, right? We believe in being it's not about being right in the markets, it's about making money in the markets. Now, looking at Muthoot Finance, we had informed about this particular trade as well. And how many of you have trades running on Muthoot Finance? If you have trades running on Muthoot Finance, let me know in the comment section below. So based on Muthoot Finance, we had provided you with two hot stock recommendations, with one achieving the target of at 215 with a profitability of 5. Now the banking and the finance sector apparently has been correcting, right? How many of you are aware of this particular piece of information? Let me show it to you on our indices. So the Nifty Bank and the Nifty Finance, right? The bank and finance sector as of now has been on a correction phase. Let me show it to you. So the Nifty Bank has been overall at a slightly declining rate, right? At negative 0.13%. As of today morning, the index had started with a bullish sentiment, right? From prices opening at 51,395, going all the way to 51,679. But over the period, the prices have more or less started to deviate back to the downside, right? Indicating bearish sentiment, and the prices have flattened out. Remember, there are just approximately 10 minutes for the main market, for the main stock market hours to conclude, and more or less all the stocks as of now have started to subdue, right? They have started to become, or they have started to indicate neutral sentiment or sideways sentiment, because the markets are coming closer to an end, and with the markets coming closer to the end of the year, the liquidity is starting to dry up, and this is going to be the outlook of the stocks more or less for the next couple of weeks, right? The real volatility will start to kick in only by the end of first week or second week of Jan. How many of you are understanding? If yes, it's always good to let me know in the comment section below. So Muthoot Finance, you do not have to worry. Even though we had made good amount of money, remember the entry that had been provided at between 223 and 225, and the entry that had been provided around 200, we had more or less attained the state of break even where the average price of the two trades had been reduced. Let me just draw the average price. So the approximate average price had been around the 209 area, right? Approximately. And based on the average price, we were very clear. One second, let me just delete the drawings which are not required. So based on the average price, you can clearly see that our average price was above, the current price was above the average price, and that we were making some amount of positiveness in the value. We had also informed our clients and our community members in terms of taking the decision to close the trades when the current price crosses the average price, because it is not about being right in the markets, it's about how you can reduce your losses and keep making money consistently based on the improvised trades that we are providing, right? We are not just providing you with few number of trades, we are trying our best to provide you with as much and as many number of trades that can make you consistently profitable. So do not worry if one, two, or three trades are going against. Overall, are you making money? If yes, that is the objective. All right. I hope everyone is understanding this important piece of information. So coming back overall, let us just have a quick look. Now the markets are going to be closing in the next approximately 7 minutes. The main market hours, yeah, are going to be closing with the next 7 minutes approximately. And if you're going to be looking at the overall sentiment of what the markets have been doing, they have been more or less sideways, right? So the markets have been dull, the markets have been neutral. We did look at the various factors that have been currently running in the market, which have been leading for prices to be at at a neutral sentiment. Especially, there are no news events that have been coming out, right? There have been no major international news or domestic news that have led to the markets being volatile. So people, do not worry, like the days are going, especially when we're coming to the end of December, the liquidity will be drying up. We will only focus on those stocks which are being able to appreciate and give us profitability, right? So you do not have to worry if you are seeing that we are not being able to provide you with hot stock recommendations. Is because we want to provide you with high probability trades, right? We do not believe in providing you with hot stock recommendations just for the sake of hot stock. We want you to make money on all the hot stock recommendations that we are providing. How many of you are understanding? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. All right. So the overall sentiment has been more or less neutral, with the markets being plus or minus indecisive for the entire day. The markets are just at an appreciation of around 0.1%. That is for Nifty, correct? And most of the stocks, whether they are having bullish sentiment or bearish sentiment, but since there has been no catalyst that could be leading to the market movements, the markets have been bearish. How many of you are understanding? If yes, let me know. If yes, let me know in the comment section below. So do not worry, the markets are more or less stable, but this is the best time for us to have conversations, to have an interaction so that we can understand our community members at a deeper level. All the information that is being provided from Harsh to our community members is for the benefit, for the ultimate value addition that we want to do for our clients, for our viewers. So it is in your best interest that you keep the session as as interactive as possible so that you can also gain a lot of information, and by clarifying your doubts I can also improve my knowledge, and I can keep improving my content generation for the upcoming sessions as well. So how many of you have had a good amount of understanding for today's session? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. Just a quick overall outlook in terms of how the indices have been performing. So whether the indices have been bullish or bearish based on the overall outlook, most of them have been able to close at a bullish sentiment with the indices, right? But based on the market sentiment, as you can see, the markets overall do have a neutral or have a bearish sentiment. 45% of investors having bearish sentiment, 37% of investors having neutral sentiment, where they are being indecisive, right? And only a meager 17% who have a bullish sentiment. Based on the FII and DII data, we have been seeing that over time there has been more amount of outflow of funds from the Indian economy, and it is due to the FIIs getting better return on investments in other economies, right? Such as the United States of America and China. China has been adding a lot of stimulus. The Chinese government has been adding a lot of stimulus into the economy to get attention and to get investments from global investors. So that is one of the major reasons why there has been a strong outflow of funds from the Indian economies, right? Even though based on 24th of December, the day that was before Christmas, even though the FII had reduced the intensity of selling and the DI had become aggressive in inputting funds, right? In terms of adding funds to the economy, adding capital to the economy with a value of 2,819, while the FIIs had reduced the intensity of selling to 2,454. So though we were sitting at a net positive value, the index still had shown bearish sentiment. So just because there is positive value in based on the FII DII data, that doesn't always translate to the economy having bullish sentiment, right? So we want to connect as many dots as possible and analyze from an overall perspective so that we have a better understanding of the markets. Do you understand? If yes, let me know it in the comment section as well. We had looked at all the overall indices which have been doing quite well, and we had looked at our hot stock recommendations because everyone who is attending our live stream sessions is coming with the objective of attending the live stream sessions as well as making money in the live stream sessions. So for those of you who had been asking whether we were providing you with hot stock recommendations for today, unfortunately no, because the markets are more or less on a sideways trajectory. So there's no high probability trade that we can be providing to you. So I hope everyone has been understanding the reasons why we are providing you with only high probable trades, right? High probability trades, because we want to make sure that you can be making money over the long term. How many of you understand and how many of you agree with me? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. We had informed how well we had been able to achieve our profitability of 5% on two trades that had been taken, whether that is IP rings or whether that is hindware AP. Two trades had been closed at a profit, and we had been stressing again and again why it is important to close your trades at the 5% take profit level, right? Because we want to be making money in the markets. It's not about being right in the markets, it's about making money. So for those of you who are still not following our strategies, you should start following. I can see Rocky in the chat house. Hello, Rocky. How are you doing? You have joined the session late, but nonetheless, it is always a pleasure having you in our live stream sessions. So, Rocky is writing stuck from many days, right? Yes, Rocky. The markets overall have been on a sideways sentiment, and we will be letting you no profit, no strategy. It is fine, Rocky. At the end, are you making money overall? Are you being net positive? And that is going to be our focus. So I hope everyone has had a good amount of understanding. Unfortunately, we were not able to provide you with hot stock recommendations, but do not worry, because when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear, right? Make sure to stay tuned for the third live stream session, where we will be shifting our focus from the Indian stock market to the education content based live stream sessions, where high value content will be provided. We have been focusing on trading logic since the last couple of days, and we will be diving deeper into the concept of trading logic as well. So make sure to stay tuned and learn as much as possible, because if you can learn and earn together, you will be the most successful person when it comes to the financial markets. Hopefully, I hope everyone is going to attend the third live streaming session. I wish you everyone a great evening, and I'll see you later. All right. Until then, namaste and take care. Bye bye.